want to tell you about a new corporation here in Washington, D.C. that carries a lot more weight than any other corporation you've ever heard of. It's a corporation responsible for the current makeup of our Supreme Court, the power balance in our legislative branch, and up until 3 years ago, even the occupant in our White House. It's a massive corporation that stretches across all 50 states and even has politicians in every single state who have sworn allegiance to it. Not even the Koch brothers can claim that accomplishment. It's a gigantic corporation that has its own wildly popular cable TV network to sell its products and boost its public relations. It's a corporation that has spun off hundreds of subsidiaries all around the nation to keep revenues flowing in, thus maximizing profits for its buddies. It's a corporation that can take our nation to war if it wants, or condemn tens of millions of Americans to poverty, or kick hundreds of millions of Americans out of their health insurance plans if it thinks that's the more profitable thing to do. It's a corporation that's so big and so influential, in large part because its functional stakeholders are mostly other corporations, along with some of the richest people in America who mostly made their money either using the corporate form or inherited it from parents who used the corporate form. And when this corporation succeeds in selling its products, which oddly are human beings who have sworn loyalty to the corporation, all the stakeholders in this corporation stand to make massive profits for their own respective corporations. It's basically the corporation of all corporations, the capo de capo. You can call it the front corporation for corporate America. So what is it? What is this all-powerful corporation that has a stranglehold on our government? What is this corporation? So powerful that it can even spit on Betsy Ross and turn the stars from our flag upside down on its logo? It's the Republican Party, Inc. Think about it. Is the Republican Party really a legitimate political party in America anymore? Or has it just become a corporate shill? Like a corporation, the Republican Party is only focused on maximizing profits for its stakeholders, or what they call donors. And those donors aren't average Americans who give $50 or so to the RNC like back in the old days. Instead, those donors are corporations, millionaires, billionaires like the Koch brothers, Foster Friess, Shelley Adelson, who form corporate super PACs to funnel unlimited amounts of money into the Republican Party corporation to sell more politicians to voters around the nation. Republicans have raised 8 times more money through super PACs than Democrats. And Karl Rove and the Koch brothers have pledged to put in hundreds of millions of more dollars to defeat Democrats this election cycle. The Republican Party, like any good corporation, gladly takes multi-million-dollar investments from other corporations and millionaires and billionaires, and then compliantly hands back to those investors laws that cut their taxes and increase their profits. In fact, millionaires are responsible for 57% of all super PAC investments, donations so far this election cycle. And those super PACs did well for Republicans in 2010, catapulting them to huge electoral victories and to control the House of Representatives. And now, just like a corporation, Republican Party, Inc. is working to maximize profits for its stakeholders. That means filibustering tax increases on the Romney-level super rich, passing budgets that preserve billions in taxpayer subsidies for the oil baron donors, working to defund Wall Street regulations that might cut into the profits of their bankster donors, repealing Obamacare and Medicare to make their for-profit health insurance donors happy. Republican Party, Inc. is using the perfect corporate model. It brings in rich investors, uses their money to help sell its products, which are politicians. And the more politicians that are sold to the American people, then the more profit Republican Party, Inc. has, and the more profitable its investors become. Republican Party, Inc. isn't interested in attracting broad-based support like a traditional political party, or building a platform that's going to resonate with people who aren't members of corporate America. It's just interested, really, in profits, just like a corporation. And also, just like a corporation, it doesn't give a damn about democracy. Hence, Republican Party, Inc.'s efforts to pass voter ID laws that will kick millions of Democratic voters off the polls ahead of the next election. Plain and simple. The Republican Party is no more a legitimate political party, and the mafia is a legitimate social club.